So, Endgame is here, and like anybody else in the world, I watched it on opening day, and like every other YouTuber who makes videos about movies, I decided to make a review video about it. And so, did I love it? Totally yes. We'll try and avoid as much spoiler as possible. Let's go with the review. Firstly, what was great about this movie? It was really character focused. It fleshes out a lot of characters in a way that I didn't really expect, and there's a lot of events that allows characters' relationship to conclude, and I thought that was really nice. I think the problem with Infinity War was that it was focused around Thanos and how they fight against them, so there wasn't much, although there weren't as much building in relationship as this movie, and which made this movie much better. There were a lot of scenes where, without any dialogue, just shot the characters and they were just played so that we could feel the emotions that these characters were going through. And throughout the whole movie, we were hit with a plethora of these, and it allowed us to really feel the emotions that these characters were going through in the movie. And I probably cry like the most in the movies. Yeah, it was really emotional. There's also a lot of throwbacks to scenes in the previous movies, which allowed this movie to really condense all those memories together, and it, yeah, played on your feeling. Yes, this movie plays on your feeling a lot. Oh my god, yeah. So yeah, as a movie, I think that this is a worthy conclusion, and yeah, it really met the expectations. But I think there were problems in the movie, and to talk about the problems of the movie, I have to go into spoilers. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, please just skip to this time. Okay, so warning done. One of the problems that Infinity War faced was that there were too many characters, so a lot of characters were put aside so that some characters could be the main focus. And so in this movie, most characters are dead, so I thought that the focus would be on remaining characters, and every character that remained would get a character arc. But that wasn't really the case. Hulk, Captain Marvel, Rhodey, and Scott Lang, these characters don't really get a character arc. Hulk does sort of get a character arc, but I think it was really wasted because, spoilers, yes, I'm gonna go into spoilers, but after they kill Thanos and there's a time jump, through this time jump, Bruce Banner figures out his relationship with Hulk, and he becomes part Hulk and part Bruce Banner. Except this character arc is done through the time jump, so we don't really get to see any development on screen. I think that the build-up that Infinity War had, where Bruce Banner and Hulk starts to realize each other's personality, is sort of wasted. Also, Natasha dies. Yes, Natasha dies. So, Natasha and Hulk, Bruce Banner, they had a relationship, and it's been what's going on since Age of Ultron. But this relationship doesn't really go anywhere. Like, yeah, Bruce Banner cares for the death of Natasha, but like throughout the 5 years that they had together, they don't really do anything. So I don't really know what went on with those two, and we didn't really get to see those two relationship play out much until she dies and Hulk grieves for her death. I thought could have been handled a lot better. Rhodes and Scott, they don't really do much. Rhodes does get a scene where Iron Man dies, but then that part, everybody's still back alive, so I don't think there would have been much problem if Rhodes was already dead and then comes back alive with Spider-Man stuff, and it wouldn't have really changed anything. And I thought that sucked because, like, since if Iron Man was gonna die, I thought that the relationship that Rhodes and Iron Man had could have been fleshed out more, but it really wasn't. Once again, I thought it was a missed opportunity. Yeah, Scott is pretty much a plot device to start out the returning to time thing. Captain Marvel, I thought that since this was the Russo brothers, her character would be fleshed out more, but it wasn't. She was just a power play in this movie, and I don't know, I guess I wanted more from her character, which we didn't really get. And another bad thing about this movie, the time time travel, right? This time travel thing is sort of inconsistent in that Hulk and the Ancient One sort of touches upon this, but they say that if they take the stone away, then they will enter a different reality. But then they say they'll return the stone so that reality won't change. But then things do change, like Loki escapes with the Tesseract, and maybe Cap finds Loki and brings him back. I don't know. Cap returns to the past and has a life with Peggy, and I thought that was really nice. But then it brings a lot of questions, like the scene in Winter Soldier where Peggy and Cap speaks. What happened to that scene? I don't really know. I'm pretty sure things would have been a lot different if there were two Caps in the same timeline. So I don't really know what happened there, but well, it's a nice scene, so who cares, I guess. Another thing was, so what happens to Thanos? Because like, he dies at the end, right? So he shouldn't be alive in 2014 anymore. It raised a lot of questions. Maybe when they were dusted, they were put back into their time without their memories or something. I'm not too sure. And now onto the pros of the movie. This movie has a lot of pros. So one of the things I liked about this movie is that they didn't undo any deaths besides the snap. Like I said, this movie was really character focused, and I really loved how it fleshed out the character's relationship to the normal human world in the first act, like how Cap speaks with random civilians, or Joe Russo, and I thought that was really nice and fleshed out Cap's character and where he stands in the world. I also like Thor was at the first act where he becomes fat and everything, and he's made the new Asgard, and it was nice. Tony and Pepper's relationship, oh my god, this was just phenomenal. So Pepper has always been reluctant on the fact that Tony was a hero and she didn't want him to risk his life. But then at this movie, she accepts that she shouldn't have done that she should have supported Tony more. I just thought that these two relationship was really good, and I really hope that they didn't like undo the 5 years that they experienced, and they didn't, which was great. I think this movie really understands stakes. So for example, if Natasha risks her life and then is just brought back with a snap, then that sort of deludes the emotion she and Hawkeye went through to make that sacrifice. How they handled all the time jump and things like that, I think were really nice and worked really well. Oh yeah, and another bad part, there's a scene where Steve Rogers versus Steve Rogers, and the older Steve Rogers gets sort of beaten by the older Steve Rogers up until he mentions Bucky, which sort of questions you, wait, so what has he been doing for like the past 6 years, 11 years I guess. He's meant to have gotten a lot stronger. He should be able to own his past self by now, but he doesn't, and like, it sucks. Yeah. Anyways, one of the best scenes in the movie was where Cap holds Mjolnir. Oh my, like I'm pretty sure everybody screamed in their mind when that happened. Like, it's been talked a lot in Age of Ultron. Yeah, he could have held the hammer, but he purposely didn't. That was the case. It was, yeah, it was amazing. It heightened Cap's ability in fighting just by him wielding Mjolnir, and I'm pretty sure everybody was overwhelmed by that scene. And yeah, it was fantastic, and a lot of the scenes does this. Iron Man hugs Spider-Man, Sam says on your left to Cap, Tony relationship with his father, Thor with his mother, Nebula with past Gamora, Hawkeye and Natasha's relationship, they were just all phenomenal. Yeah, this movie really plays with your emotions, and it was fantastic. The directing in this movie, the camera work, the lighting, the effects, they're all top notch. It's the MCU, I expected none less from them. Scores, yes, when they played the Avengers theme at the end, oh my gosh, yes, it's just phenomenal. So Thor, Cap, Iron Man, they all get conclusion. Thor isn't really a conclusion yet, but Cap and Iron Man, their conclusion was really great.
I am Iron Man.
Was yes. Cap, I really liked it how Bucky like pretty much knew that he wasn't gonna come back and already accepted it. It showed their relationship. And then at the end when they had their talk and Sam Wilson was given the mantle, it was really nice, just really nice. Oh my god, yes. So yeah, that's my review on the movie. This movie is probably one of the best movies in Marvel history, and it really is a worthy conclusion as the endgame. I am really interested in the direction that the MCU as a general is going to take in the future, and how they're going to deal with the people who's left. So if you haven't watched this film, watch it. If you've watched it, watch it again. I'm going to probably watch it next week again. Honestly, I could go on hours talking about this movie, but I guess I'll wrap it up soon. And so that's it. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.